Hello everyone, so now let's look at our question 8. So you see all the calculation is about complex fraction calculation, so it's very important things. So this one, today our question 8 is very different, right? You see, not only we have a fraction and all the integers on the denominator, and we also have some fractions on the denominator. So this one we call it complex fraction. So for complex fraction, maybe it's hard for you to calculate, but always have some skills, right? So you see 1 over 1 plus 1 square plus 1 over 1 plus 2 square plus blah 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 plus 2 1 over 1 plus 2022 square plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over 1 square. Yeah, you see this part? This one, 1 over 2 square and 1 over 2022 square. So you see this one, yeah, it's very similar, right? So remember we have already know how to use the general term to write this kind of fraction. So let's have a I think you should know this one knowledge point about the complex fraction. So if I have 1 over 1 plus a plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over a. So this one is very common, right? So you just see this in our question. It's just a 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, and blah 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 to 2022 square on the a, right? You can use a to represent all the square number. So 1 over 1 plus a plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over a. What's the result? So you see this part? We can times a on both numerator and the denominator. So this one should be 1 over 1 plus a over a plus 1. You see, the denominator is same, right? So for the same denominator, we can just plus the numerator. So the answer is just equals to a plus 1 over a plus 1. Yeah, of course, this one is just the 1. So we have a conclusion. So we have 1 over 1 plus a plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over a. This kind of complex fraction. The sum is just 1. So no matter a equals to what part and which number, so the answer is just 1. You see? So we can rewrite this sequence like that. 1 over 1 plus 1 square plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over 1 square plus blah 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 plus 2 1 over 1 plus 2022 square plus 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2022 square. So you see, this one is a group, right? So each group, here's the conclusion, right? Just equals to 1. So equals to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus blah, blah, blah plus 2, 1. Also, I can rewrite it to separate it. So the next step is to calculate how many 1 do you have. Yeah, we have 1, 2. So from here, we have 2022 numbers. And from this one to here, 2022 numbers. So 2 number as a group. So in total, we have 2022 group. Actually, 2022 times 1. So I can write it. The final answer is just equals to 2022. You see, this question 8. Remember this one. Yeah, it's very important conclusion for the complex fraction. And I think all you guys should remember that. It's very useful. So I think tomorrow's question, maybe we still need to use this one, right? So remember it and have a review.